So last time we talked about GLP-1s, what they do, how they work, and where I personally stand. And I know a lot of you are thinking about them, or maybe you started already taking them because you want to lose the weight. And I get it, I totally do. But here's something that I want you to think about. What if losing the weight isn't actually the thing that's going to make you feel like yourself again? Because that's exactly what I want to talk about today. Because let me ask you something that might sound a little bit random. Have you ever bitten into an apple that looks beautiful and you bite into it and it tastes like nothing, like watery, bland, no sweetness, and it's just this sad, mealy crunch that you're just like, oh, this was so not what I was thinking it was going to be. Because I think we've all had that type of apple. Because that's a commercial apple, grown to look big and red and shiny. But the thing is, it was rushed. See, in nature, an apple takes time to develop. The tree needs to pull up nutrients from the soil. The soil has to be good. The sugars build over time. The texture, the flavor, the sweetness, the nutrients, all of that develops on nature's timeline, not on anyone else's, and definitely not rushed. But commercial growers have figured out how to speed that up. More chemicals, more artificial lighting, picked before it's ready, pushed and rushed and forced to grow big. And the apple looks great, but that sweetness, the richness, the actual nutrients that are in there, it never gets the chance to develop. You can't rush it and expect the same results. That's not how nature works. And that's exactly what happens when you override nature's timeline. And honestly, this is the closest comparison that I've thought about to compare what GLP-1s do exactly inside a woman's body. And I want to be really clear before I say anything else. I am not against them. I'm not here to make you feel bad if you're thinking about them or whatever. It's a tool that you can use. But I want to have the conversation that nobody is having at the pharmacy or on social media, because the scale going down, the weight coming off, that works. That is real. What doesn't get talked about is what happens when you force weight off a body faster than nature actually designed, just like the apple. I've had clients come into me with the face gets hollow, women showing up looking 10 years older, not because they age, because that fat that gave their face structure disappeared before the skin had time to actually catch up. And you might have heard it, it's called Ozempic face. And I've had women come with me, the skin on their arms, their belly, it's crepey, it's loose, because the body and the skin couldn't contract fast enough to keep up. And muscle loss. Up to 40% of what you lose on GLP-1s can be lean muscle, not fat. Muscle that takes time to build. It will be gone. And muscle is your metabolism. So now you're smaller and metabolically weaker than when you started. And there's growing concern about bone density too. Research is starting to show that rapid weight loss may quietly affect bone strength. And the thing is with this one is you're not going to really notice maybe until it's too late, because nature has its course. Because even if none of that happened, even if the skin stays tight and the muscle stays put, there is still something that GLP-1s do not address, and that is your hormones. So the thing is, you might lose the weight, but your hormones, your cortisol, stress, all of that is not going to be touched. So if you are a woman with PCOS, the weight's going to come down, but the androgen excess that's maybe causing the excess facial hair and that acne and maybe even a thinning scalp, it's still going to be there. The insulin resistance that your PCOS put you here in the first place, it might have quieted a little, but it's going to still be there. Your cycles, you could still have irregular, painful cycles. And if you are also a woman in perimenopause, the scale can shift, but you're still waking up 3 a.m., you're still having the hot flashes, the sweat, and the moods are all over the place. You're irritable, snapping at everyone, and that bone deep exhaustion, no matter how much you sleep, it just doesn't go away. Because these symptoms are not part of the appetite. They live with your hormones, with your chi. And as good as GLP-1s work, it doesn't touch that. So what does fixing the soil actually look like? It means we don't just ask how to lose weight. We ask, why is my body holding on to the weight in the first place? What is my body trying to protect me from? What is running on empty right now? Because whether you have PCOS or you're in perimenopause, or honestly both, because the root is almost always the same. It's something I call the hormone chi depletion loop. And that's how we fix the soil. And when we fix the soil, when we actually start nourishing the body, restoring the flow, and rebuilding the structure, the weight comes off differently. The energy comes back, the sleep comes back, the mood levels out, the periods regulate. The hair stops falling out. Not because we forced it, because we nourished it, we restored it. So just like that apple that was grown by nature in good soil with real sun, allowed to ripen in its own time, that's exactly what healing actually feels like. So next time I want to introduce you to something. It's called the hormone chi depletion loop. And when I explain it to my clients, they're like, why hasn't anybody ever told me this before? Because in traditional Chinese medicine, we have understood that for thousands of years that the body runs on qi is vital energy that you need to have enough of, and it has to flow throughout your body in order for everything to run smoothly. And that includes your metabolism, your cycles, your sleep, your mood, your hair, your skin, all of it. Western medicine breaks these all apart into different symptoms and hands you separate solutions. In TCM, these are all part of the same story. One system, one root. So next time I'm going to walk you through what the loop actually looks like, and more importantly, how to break it. So whether you have PCOS or in perimenopause or both, you'll want to watch this video.